There we go. All right. Now it's recording. Did all of that. All right. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to that next level? Are you willing to let go of some friendships to get to that next level? I know sometimes we don't ever want to let go of people, and we don't want to lose relationships that we might have had in the beginning to get to that next level. And guess what? Not all the time are we going to have the same people that we were friends with since maybe we were 5 years old that are going to be there for that next up level that we're trying to achieve. Not all the time are they going to always be there cheering you on. Unfortunately, guys, those people are probably going to be the most envious of your success. They're going to be the ones that are going to be like trying to talk about you behind your back. And you have to be willing to kind of almost let that go to get to that next level. And people are going to unfollow you. People are going to block you. They're going to delete you off Facebook, unfollow on Instagram, whatever the case may be, stop texting you. It's going to happen, but you have to be able to understand not everyone is going to applaud you. I said this on the live on Friday. Not everyone's going to applaud your success, and you have to be okay with that. If you're continuously still trying to beg for those old friendships to come back into your life, you're blocking your up level. You're blocking your success by chasing them. And I spent a lot of time doing that. I was like, but wait, I still want that friendship. I still want that person in my life. And God was like, look, you want to get over here, but you're still trying to go 10 steps backwards. That there's that good saying, 10 steps forward, like 3 steps back. I was still trying to go backwards because I was like, wait, I want to take everybody with me. Not everyone is going to go with you. And you have to be okay with that. That is part of the up level. So I had to learn that I had to let go of people. Was that difficult? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I had to remember my why. And that is what you have to keep reminding yourself. What's your why? And your why is bigger than those old friends. My why are named Gabby and Sean. My why is that I don't want to depend on other people helping me. I want to be able to help myself. I want to be able, when they say, hey, mom, I want to get this new game system, I got you. That is what my why is. My why isn't, well, sure, but let me go ask my old friends to help me out. No. So are you willing to sacrifice that? Are you willing to lose people to get to your next level? Another question is, are you willing to let go of the security blanket? What I mean by that, when I say letting go of the security blanket, are you willing to let go of having your upline hold your hand every 2 seconds? Now, when we start this business, when we start this journey, yes, you need to be literally up your uplines behind. You need to ask all the questions because you're still learning. You're still learning this journey. You're still learning this business. You're still learning about the products. You're learning about Cloud Office. You're learning about auto ships, all of that. Yes, in the beginning. But if you're someone like me, it'll be 2 years in a couple of weeks. I can't be up Shay's butt every 2 seconds. Like, is my post okay? Is it pretty enough? Is this the right filter? No, I have to do that. I have to ask Ashley and not be on Shay every 2 seconds, because at this point in my journey, if I'm still asking her, is this an okay post? I'm not growing my wings, because here's the thing. When we get people underneath us, they're counting on us to be that security blanket for them in the beginning of their journey. So what am I doing if I'm continuously going to her? Now, do I ask her helpful advice once in a while? Sure, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I still want to be able to know, like, hey, like, do you think that this is all right? Like, is this too much, or should I pedal it back a little bit? But I'm not continuously every day, every post that I'm making, going to her. I have to be confident in my picture is bomb, my post is bomb, the end. That's it. And that's what you have to keep telling yourself every single time you go on your social media. Because at the end of the day, this is your audience. This is your business. This isn't your upline's business. This is your business. So you have to run it how you want to run it. So If you want to continuously always post about, you know, your hot mess express mom, post that. Post it with authority. Don't be afraid to share who you are. Here's the thing. We are not all Jess and Shay. We are not all Kristen. We're not all Stacy. We're not all Brielle. You have to own who you are. And I think a lot of times, sometimes we get conflicted thinking, well, I can't do what they're doing because, you know, I don't sound as good as them. No, it's not about that. And I used to think that in the very beginning, that's how I was. I was like, well, you know, I don't make these really cute poses like Shay does. I'm not Shay. You know, I don't have the right words of wisdom like Jess. I'm not Jess. I don't have that cute accent like Kristen. I'm not Kristen. You know, all those things. We have to stop comparing all of those people. Are you willing to get uncomfortable to get to that next level? Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Those of you that are like, I don't do lives, well, guess what? You need to do some lives. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear you. They need to hear the joy. They need to hear the excitement. They need to know how much you stand behind these products. Because like Mandy said in her live this morning, the products speak for themselves. I mean, we know what we have our hands on. What we have our hands on is amazing. It is solid. It is gold. So share that. Share that with your face. Those of you that are like, I'm excited, but you have a blank staring face, no one is going to believe that. No one's going to be like, oh, I need to get what she's getting. You have to spark joy all around. If you're talking about, I feel super fantastic because of these products. I haven't had coffee. I haven't had an energy drink. They need to see that. And sometimes going live is the best way to explain it. Another thing that I had started doing on my, when I talk to potentials or customers is I started recording myself explaining the products. I will do voice texting, but I record myself now, showing them the products. I'm ripping open, the capsules, showing them exactly what the capsules look like. And they're seeing the excitement on my face and how awesome it is. And then I'm showing them what the shake looks like because I have the packets as well as the canisters. I show them, hey, this is what it looks like. You notice the dust is flying out? That's the ultra micronized. That's why it's amazing. And that's why it doesn't taste like garbage, like most protein shakes. That I'm showing them the DFTs. I'm showing them the back of the vitamins. And honestly, that's how I've gotten a few of my customers last month because they were like, wow, okay, I like how you explained it. It's one thing to do a voice text or text it saying, this is what the products do, but it's another thing when you can physically show them. So I challenge anyone that hasn't done that, that's been like, I don't know, try that. Because honestly, I had gotten a lot of positivity because they saw those videos. You know, it's one thing to even just tag them in the opportunity life, but they also want to see you. Yes, they want to see our team cheering each other on, seeing us root for each other. But sometimes you've got to step out of the box and do things a little bit different to get the success that you're trying to achieve. But are you willing to get uncomfortable having those conversations with people, willing to do those voice texts, willing to go live, willing to maybe get a little bit, if you're not one that likes to dress up like me, do a little dress up, put on a little makeup. You saw everyone like flipped out when I put on a pair of lipstick and did my hair and actually put on real clothes. You know, change it up a little bit sometimes. It's okay to step out of your comfort zone. Brittany put on this cute little bathing suit pic on her Instagram and I was like, okay, boo, I see you. Just over here rocking it. It's okay to be like, I don't know if I want to share this, but sometimes when we do things a little bit scared, that's when we get the most feedback from people that are like, wow, I appreciate your boldness. I appreciate your courage to even talk about this or share this picture. Like today I went live, probably one of the hardest lives I've ever had to do up to date. Had nothing to do with the business, had nothing to do with products, but it was me sharing my story, my truth. And that was hard and that was scary. Sometimes you have to do things a little bit, do things scared and be uncomfortable. So now that we kind of like dug into the questions, now are you willing to do what it takes to get to that level? Are you willing to understand when you get to that up level? Do you know what it means? Do you understand the sacrifices when it comes to going to that next rank? Anyone that's right now at 4K, like even myself, that's like, okay, I'm ready to go 12K. Well, 12K is going to take a lot of work. I would challenge you to ask anyone on our team that's hit 12K, the sacrifices they had to make, the journey, the challenges. And then you're like, okay, I want to go to 40K. Ask those that have really had to work to get to those levels. Because here's the thing, with that up level comes bigger problems. You're going to lose team members. Not all your team members are going to be with you at the end. Some are going to fall off. And they're going to give you no reason. You're not even going to realize it. You're going to be like, wait, hold on. What happened? You're going to gain a whole bunch of team members. And sometimes you have to literally start from scratch. But do you have the thick skin to handle when those team members leave? That's the biggest thing. When it comes to leadership and up-leveling, are you ready to handle everyone flooding your inbox asking you a million questions? Not just one or two people. Like 10, 20, whomever, customers complaining about something, promoters saying, I don't like this, or whatever the case may be. Are you willing to handle that? Because that is a part of the growth. That is a part of that next level. Are you willing to handle when a promoter just dips after 2 weeks saying, well, this isn't for me because I didn't get a paycheck yet? Are you willing to handle that? Because that takes a lot of strength. That takes a lot of growth to be like, okay, I'm sorry, I love you, wish you best. And that's it. If you start throwing a meltdown because that person quit or they left, then you're not ready to be at that leadership level yet. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Another thing is, just because, and everyone has said it all the time, just because you haven't hit a rank yet or haven't achieved something yet, doesn't mean you don't share it. Just because you might have missed your VIPs doesn't mean you still don't talk about it. Just said this the other day. Just because you might not have hit it doesn't mean you don't share it. Because it's available to all. I did not hit VIPs, but I'm still going to talk about it. Even if you haven't hit auto bonus yet, you still talk about it. You still have to show up for the opportunity that is available. Our company is bomb. With all the availability and all the opportunities that they give us, we need to share it more. I'm guilty of it that I don't talk about auto bonus enough because, heck, I want my car paid for. I don't want to have to worry about a car payment. So why on earth am I not talking about that? I manifest it, but I need to then talk about it also. Those of you that are like, well, I didn't earn free, Mandy talked about it this morning. Well, I didn't earn free product credit. You still talk about it because guess what? There's still another opportunity to earn free product credits for July. You still talk about it. I didn't get paid today. You still talk about the opportunity to earn a weekly paycheck. It is available to us all. All of these things are available to us. So you still need to talk about it. And then one of the biggest things that I would honestly recommend is celebrating one another. Don't get jealous of the other person. Celebrate each other. I mean, I think throughout the 2 years, I try as best as I can. Sometimes some slip through the cracks, and I apologize. I try to make sure I celebrate everybody. I try to give everyone a shout out like, hey, they hit this rank, or hey, they earned this promo, whatever the case may be. Shout each other out. Celebrate your sisters. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed to share your sisters. We're all in this fight together. We all have a purpose. That's to help other people and to change lives, but then also to help ourselves. So don't be afraid to celebrate one another. That is also honestly part of the growth. When you can genuinely celebrate each other without having a vendetta or without being envious of the person that might have hit a success, that shows growth. Because here's the thing, if you just share about it, but you're in the deep end like, well, why did they get it and I didn't? You're not ready for your up level. So stop asking God for it. Ask God to help you on how to not be envious of your sisters. Ask God to help you how to learn to just be genuine when you're sharing about the products. Ask God to help you with those things before you ask him to please let me up level. And then, oh my gosh, I had it and then it just went away. One of the biggest things that for me that I have learned. Oh my gosh, why did it go away? It flew out of my brain. One of the consistency. Thank you. My I am popped up and it talks about consistency. The biggest thing is you have to be consistent in order to up level. You can't ghost for 2 weeks and then expect everything to go back to how it was when you were gone. Even if you need to have a day where you're just like, listen, it's been rough. You're going through family stuff, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with taking a day to just kind of shut down the brain, because I had to do that. But still at the same time, I still, even though I was taking a day, I still showed me having my shake and I have my DFT on. Not expecting you to do a whole slideshow of stories, but you still got to show up in some way, shape, or form. You still have to let them know you're still there. Hey, I'm still doing these 3 steps every day. You have to be consistent. You can't come and go when you feel like it. That's not how that works. You're not going to get residual income when you pop in and out when you feel like it. Because here's the thing, you have to get your audience to trust you. You want the people that you're trying to get as customers to trust you. They can't trust you if you're inconsistent with your business. If you're inconsistent with you sharing about the products, the opportunity. You can't. I guarantee you, I have had people that have watched me for the past 2 years that are finally now saying yes, and they're like, you know why we came to you now? Because we knew you were consistent. You've never wavered. Even when you have an off day, you still showed up. And that is what they're looking for. They're looking for you to continuously show up. I said this Friday, you are going to have the ones that are begging you. They are praying that you show up every single day. They're waiting for you because you are their hope. And then you're going to have the ones that are like, I pray you don't show up so I can say, see, told you so. She is a one-hit wonder. Told you. She's just, she talks about how great it is and then she disappears. Don't be that person. Don't prove your naysayers and the doubters wrong. Don't prove them right. I mean, not prove them wrong. Don't prove them right, because you're better than that. There was a reason why you said yes. There was a reason why you joined, because you knew that there was something bigger. So that was kind of what I wanted to share tonight, you know, as far as up leveling. So I want you to kind of like think about that when you say, oh, I'm ready for up leveling, as a lot of you guys are sharing your goals, your aspirations of what you're trying to achieve for this month, which I'm rooting for every single one of you. But just really have that real self-talk with yourself of, am I really ready to up level, or do I have some work I got to do before I ask God for that? Because last thing you want is to get all of that you're asking for and you're not ready for it, and then you fall completely flat. And then you're like, ooh, I wish I just worked on myself a little bit more. That's why I'm glad I hadn't hit 12K yet. Because I know a year ago, I wouldn't have been ready for it. So keep that in your forefront. So that was all I wanted to say. So I don't know if Shay or Jess have like a final like here at the end, but that was all I wanted to share. But I love you guys so much. And listen, June's about to be friggin' bomb. That's all I got to say. Double and triple fast starts just popped up in your emails tonight. So it's exciting. It's going to be a great month. I feel it in the stars and all that kind of stuff. So just keep doing what you need to do. Keep showing up and keep just reminding yourself what your why is. If you've got to write it on your mirror every morning when you wake up and you're brushing your teeth to look at and then say it out loud, this is why I'm doing it, then that's what you need to do. So just keep that in your mind. So love you ladies, and I hope you all have a beautiful night.